What'd you find, Eleanor?
Big snake.
A big snake? That's not a snake, that's a worm.
I find big worm, Mommy.
You wanna pick him up?
You pick him up.
You pick him up.
You help me.
Here, put your hand out. Ah, you're holding a worm.
Wait.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Gunpowder and Freedom. So yes, what you just saw was me dumping 5 tons of screen topsoil right here in my front yard. That is because I do need to finish up the landscaping here, right next to the driveway that we poured, probably a month and a half ago now. I need to feather this back in with some nice topsoil, plant grass there, and then jump on the other side of the house over by the walk-in door for the garage and rake all the stone out. And then I have the skid loader down here to run a bunch of topsoil over there so I can rake that around. And then I am not gonna miss all of these cars driving past my house when we move. But once I get all the rocks cleaned up, then I can spread a bunch of this nice topsoil, rake it around, and get grass planted over there and try to keep pressing forward with this landscaping. And for whatever reason, I decided to do it on one of the hottest days of the year. It's like 94 degrees right now, so yeah, this is awesome. So I'm gonna get the camera set up because the girls are in on the couch sleeping, so I need to make sure I have my camera up so I can listen for them in case they wake up. So I'll get my camera set up, get my phone set up with the camera, and get to work out here on the front, and then I'll show you guys around back. For anybody that's wondering why I'm not using the skid loader right now, it's because I don't want to have to take the skid loader down into the yard, twist and turn, tear up more grass and cause more damage down here. So for the time it's going to take me, I figured this was just going to be just as fast and cause a lot less damage. Topsoil's all spread out and raked nice and flat. I left it a little bit high right there, give it some nice wiggle room to settle as we get rain. Sorry, a little out of breath. Like I said, it's like 94, 95 degrees out right now. And I'm also trying to hurry because I'm watching the camera. The girls are still sleeping, everything's going good. but left it a little high to give it some room for settling. And now I will throw some grass seed down. I do have to go to the shed to get my sprinkler anyways for this area. I do want to get the grass in and it watered, and then have a sprinkler up here making sure the dirt stays nice and moist. That way the grass will take, and we should be cutting it here in the next month or so. But yeah, so that's that. I'll get that done, and then we'll jump around back and start back there. Okay, so now that the front's all done and taken care of, I have to rake all back here. So basically I'm just trying to rake up all these big stones that are on top of the dirt, get all those collected up and wheeled out of here. That way when I bring the topsoil in from the pile out front, I will be using the skid loader for that. I would like to just kind of come dump it here, and then I'll be able to rake it around. That's one thing that's really nice about that screen topsoil, is that it's really easy to work with. So enjoy the time lapse. Okay, so we got a nice big wheelbarrow full of rocks and a few weeds, but all in all, that is much better. Still a couple smaller rocks, but I'm going to be putting a lot of topsoil back here. We need to get this side up, get that rainwater coming away from the house. Just over time, after I kind of did the rough in grade when we were building this, that kind of settled. So it's pitched towards the house. We want that grade coming up away from the house. That way as it rains, that rainwater goes away from the house. We'll start up there. We'll dump a bucket of topsoil and just kind of spread it out. In case you're wondering, I was going to put a concrete pad here, but I actually never got around to forming it up. Whenever I was going to have a truck here, sorry, a little out of breath, when we were doing the driveway and the wall, no big deal. I'll just get maybe a couple big stones from a job site or something, do a couple stepping stones outside of that door, just, you know, something nice nice area to step out onto. Alright, so I got all of this topsoil shoveled and raked. I threw some back there. We'll get some grass growing back there, and on the other side of Rachel's garden that the deer wreaked havoc upon. Everything's all nice and smooth. All that dirt is tapered away from the house, so all the rainwater again will come out of the house. And then I did spread a little bit on my tracks that I left with the machine. So we'll throw down a little bit of grass seed on that, get the grass growing back. I did have a couple scoops left that I spread in some low spots out front. So I'm gonna jump out front there and rake that down, and then take a short intermission for dinner. I almost said lunch. And then we'll come out and plant grass and get everything watered. Alright, so I got my spreader here filled with grass seed. We're going to go ahead and get that spread right there and then get it watered. Right, Eleanor?
Yeah.
Nice. All right, everybody, so that is a wrap. We got some topsoil spread on that nice screen topsoil. Now, I keep saying that. If you're unfamiliar with what that is, it's basically just giant clumps of dirt, like the topsoil you get when you dig up a yard or something. There's these companies out there that will take all of that topsoil that gets dug up and send it through like a big vibratory screen that basically lets all the dirt fall through, keeps all the sticks and rocks and everything that make it really hard to grow grass on, keeps that out. They pitch that, and then you buy the screen topsoil. It's super nice to work with. It rakes easy, it shovels easy. It's just, it's great for a final grade if you're looking to redo your yard, or you have some spots in your yard that really aren't taking grass. Throw down some good topsoil, throw down some grass seed, and then cover it with some sort of fertilizer or manure. I'm not doing that just because I think I'm good. I've done this multiple times here this way, and obviously I get grass to grow pretty good here. That's probably just dumb luck, but either way, topsoil is spread, grass seed is planted, everything's watered. Now, I did say I was going to set the sprinkler up in the front yard. Turns out I took all of my sprinklers up to the garage at the property, so I don't have those, which means I'll have to water it both areas before I go to work. Probably have to have Rachel come out during the middle of the day or the next couple days when it's hot, have her water it, and then I'll have to water it again once I get home, and then again before bed. In order to get grass to grow really good, you really need to keep up with the water. You don't want to drown it, so basically what you're looking for is the dirt to be visibly wet a couple times over. Now, with this being fresh topsoil, it was all pretty dry. A lot of places will keep it covered to keep it dry, because as soon as it gets wet, it kind of tightens up, becomes a little bit not difficult to work with, but a little bit more difficult than it is. So once you wet it, the water will sit on top. You don't want to see any water running down or puddling, so you kind of get everything visibly wet, let it sit for a couple minutes, hit it again. That way that water is soaking in rather than just sitting on top and running off. So you do that a couple times over, a few days. I think it takes like 4 to 5 days. You need to be consistently watering it, and you should have grass growing no problem at all. So man, it kind of sucks doing all this finished work to sell the house here. So whatever, on to bigger and better things, I suppose. But yeah, I think that's gonna just about wrap us up. I gotta get the machine back up to the shop and come home and get cleaned up and spend some time with the family. So I want to thank you guys for tuning back in to another episode of Gunpowder and Freedom. If you liked what you saw, please click the like and subscribe. Don't forget to like us on Instagram, and don't forget to check out our store on Etsy. There's a link for that in the description. Thank you guys. I know I say it all the time, but thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for the continued support. That subscriber number keeps growing, and it's really, really neat to see. So thank you guys, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day.